Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome to Let's Talk Grief. I am your host, Lakecia, and this is the City of Hearts where we deep dive into real conversations, we explore raw emotions, and we have honest discussions. And today I am so excited and honored to be joined by Miss Ada Malav. And Ada is a transformational grief coach, author, speaker, coach supervisor, ordained minister, a certified master practitioner in NLPH, Hatha yoga, and face yoga. And I'm so interested to talk about this face yoga. With more than 38 years of public service experience and a background in sociology and psychology, Ada has devoted her life to serving others. Look, Ada is a phenomenal person within herself, so I'm not going to go into a deep spiel about her bio, but we would definitely go ahead and bring her to the stage because I'm excited to have this conversation with her. Let's welcome Ada. Hi, Ada.
My microphone was off. Hi, everyone.
Oh, thank you for coming and joining us today. And first of all, it's okay because um you don't know, but I had some malfunction at the beginning of the show. The intro video didn't want to play. So I was like, oh, well, we're gonna continue right on.
Yeah, go past that and just keep.
Absolutely. Just keep on moving. Absolutely. So it's such a pleasure to have you here with us today. And I want to thank you for taking the time out today. I know today is typically relaxation day for the world, but you chose to be here with us. And so I'm so grateful. Now, I know that I read a part of your bio, but I always like to start with the question of who is Ada without the titles?
Yes, I just want to say thank you for inviting me to be here with you. And it's always an honor and a pleasure to provide and share the little bit that I know and reference to grief and loss. And as far as who is Ada, that's always a good question because I always like to ask that question myself. Besides everything that, titles and stuff, who are you? Who really are you? I am a woman who cares about others. I am also interested in developing confidence in other women. I've seen so many women go through so many things that I really want to see them grow. And not having someone to do that for me, I really want to be that person in that other woman's life to mentor and show her her capabilities, that she's able to do a lot more than what she can imagine.
Absolutely.
And yeah, and just love others. I want to see others thrive, and I want to see the world just love and stop with the hate and stop with the stress and the anxiety, and that's basically me. I just want to live in this world and love each other and just move on to a positive environment and universe.
I love that. I love that because I agree wholeheartedly with that. I just want to live in a pace of peace and harmony and helping others, and that would be the perfect world for me.
Yeah, me
Honestly,
too.
yes. So, Ada, I have quite a few questions for you.
Oh,
I do want to delve into um, coaching and, of course, the holistic approaches because that that's that tends to be the way that I lean. So I'm always excited to speak with like-minded people. But however, I just like the conversation to flow. So we'll start with
mhm.
the questions, and if the conversation goes another direction, I'm a-okay with that. So I believe in alignment.
Yes.
What first inspired you to dedicate your life to grief work specifically?
I've I've always been that person, and we always someone in the family that everybody goes to for either comfort or advice or So I've always been that person. And then working in public service for 38 and a half years. So always providing for others and helping others has always been my motto. And as far as grief, I saw within my own journey in grief, I saw that there was a lack of support, information in the field. And not until my son in law passed away in 2015, he was only 30. He was going to be 31 that month of June. He died June 2nd. So my daughter had three children, and he was diagnosed with lymphoma. And just seeing that he was placed in ICU, and then after that, he didn't qualify for a heart transplant. He didn't qualify for a lot of other stuff. And placed in palliative care, and having your daughter call you and say, "Ma, it smells like death in here." And she was in the bottom part of the hospital. So she felt kind of enclosed. And there, although there was support, um, I just felt that they could have done more. And I said, wow, okay. So she's going through this. And then when everything, the services, he passed away, and she called me crying uh, one midnight. And I had to find a way how to get to her. I wish I had one of those machines from Star Trek and just zoom there, but
Yeah.
it's not my reality.
Yeah.
I During that experience with her, the three kids, and just seeing what she was going through, and I saw some support, but not enough. It was not enough, especially with the three kids. And
Hmm.
um, and at some point, I told her, "Come here to Puerto Rico with me, and I'll be able to give you more support than I am from." She lives in Virginia. From Virginia to Puerto Rico, it's kind of hard. If you're here and when you're ready to go back, just go back. Start what we say, your new life, because she has to process the grief. So I learned a lot about the grief myself, being there for her as a support, and for the kids. It was rough on the kids. And parent loss is not easy. It goes through stages, and we all know that, and through age groups. Because one of them, the youngest baby, was a year old. She turned a year the same month that he passed, and the other one was 4, and the other one was 8. No, less, 6. So that whole part of my life sort of showed me a lesson that we need to work on this a little bit more and give more support to others.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I wholeheartedly agree with that. Having my nieces be so young when my brother transitioned.
Hmm.
The youngest one, you never really know how it impacts the children. They're so pure and so carefree and young, and a lot of people think they don't understand.
Oh,
But it
yeah.
was this year that my niece came home from school and she was upset.
Hmm.
So I'm like, "What's wrong, TT, baby?" And she's like, "They're having donuts at dad's for school, and I don't want to go." And she threw the paper like on the bed and kind of just
Oh,
pouted,
yeah.
and it broke my heart. And I said, "Why don't you want to go?" And she said, "My dad's not here to take me, and all the other children will have their dads." And oh, wow, that moment it stung. It really did, because
Yeah.
I couldn't take her pain away. You
No,
know,
no.
um, I felt so helpless, you know, at that moment. But
Yeah.
I gave her that safe space to get it out. Luckily, my brother has great friends, and so they stepped in and went to donate for
Oh,
dads with her.
yeah.
And And so that was amazing, but it was really an eye-opening experience. We, sometimes we get so caught up in our grief and we don't think about the little ones, the little people around us, and
Yeah,
how they're carrying their grief.
yeah,
So I thought that that was amazing, how you were able to recognize that with your grandchildren.
yeah. And
Um,
and something behind your niece is also,
mhm,
and I understand the kids as they grow. She probably felt some sort of, you know how the kids are. If you don't have a parent, you're like an outcast, and then you feel shame and you feel guilt. So she might have been going through that little bit of the roller coaster of emotions there, and it's so hard because, like you said, not much you can do but just sit by them and help them understand what they're going through.
mhm.
Same with my granddaughter when it was a father-daughter dance. Thank God my daughter remarried after a couple of years. He stepped in. He took her to the father-daughter dance.
Um,
So she was able to go through a father-daughter dance. But I have more than an inkling of a feeling that I know that she wished it would be her real father.
yeah,
But he stepped in. He showed that he was there for her. So that's what she needed to see.
absolutely. I love that. So you are a transformational grief coach.
Hmm.
Can you describe yourself as a transformational grief coach, and what does transformational grief mean to you?
The transformational grief coach for me means that I am taking you from this particular spot in your life or this particular circumstance, and I'm trying to help you reframe and see it a different way as you go through the process in years or whatever. Um, I need I need to use the processing also of mindfulness, where I use breathing, meditation, and visualization to help you understand the inner workings of yourself, right? Do so some inner reflective work to see where you're at and to see where you want to be. So we
Hmm.
want to transform where you're at to that part of your future that you can see less pain, uh, more understanding of yourself, and see your capabilities.
I love that. For me, it what stood out was it to me. It sounds like shifting the perspective and
Mhm.
creating the visual magic.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love that.
yeah.
So we all know that there are some big misconceptions about grief, um, that people have about grief. What is one of the biggest misconceptions that grinds Ada gears?
Oh, you haven't finished grieving yet? That just irks me. That one is, and you still crying? Oh my God.
Yes. Are you still crying? That one sends me up the, or how long are you going to look? To put time on grief is first, it's just insane. It's not even logical.
Yeah.
It's not logical. Um, but I definitely had to ask that question. Being a transformational grief coach, that's the insider. We have some things that grinds our gears as grief coaches.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Those two, and there's another one. Um, Reminds me of when you're in the funeral home, and if it's a young a young parent that passed away, and it's one of the kids are a male, they'll tell him, "Oh, you're the man of the house now." I'm like, "What?
Oh, yes.
He's just a child. How are you gonna tell him that he's a man of the house now?"
In the midst of trauma
In the
for
midst of
this child, you're adding more trauma. Like, That's insane. And they really feel that that is okay. Um, for me, God makes no mistakes.
Mm.
Get out of my face right now. Even God may be telling you to get out of my face. Like, no, 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 don't do her like that, you know.
Mhm. Mhm.
It's just um another one, they're in a better place.
Oh, yeah. I want them here with me.
Right. Like, okay, you're not helping me to feel better. You are actually making me feel worse.
Mhm.
One, I probably have asked God a million and one questions, you know, and we're not seeing eye to eye right now. And here you are trying to tell me that God makes no mistakes. I
Right.
cannot just be mad at God for now, you know? Leave me
Yeah.
alone.
Yeah.
It's so many of them out here
And
though.
he expects you to be mad because you don't understand.
Exactly. And you can't have a true authentic relationship with God if you have to mask who you truly are, or if you can't ask God questions. I just believe there's no authenticity in relationships where I can't be show up as my full self and ask
Mhm.
questions.
Mhm. Exactly.
I'm
Yeah.
very inquisitive, so
No, you have to be. And you have
yeah,
to, life itself, not just in grief, but in life itself, you have to be curious.
absolutely.
And you should be curious. A lot of things we don't understand, and like in grief, we don't understand it at the moment, but at some time later on, something will reveal itself as to why,
Mhm.
or how you managed to take that grief and make changes in your life that you see the better good out of a lot of things. It could have switched you into a different job. It could have moved you to another state. It could have moved you to another country. Your health may have been, I don't know. So many things could happen from just experiencing that.
Absolutely. Grief, I'll tell everybody, grief changed the trajectory of my life. I never imagined being an author or a grief coach or even having a podcast. You would not believe that I am very shy.
Oh,
Um, if
we
I
are.
can,
I am too. I mean,
so if I can say behind the scenes, I'm okay. I love it. But this is not the season of me staying behind the scenes, you know. When you have a purpose and a calling, you will do some strange things because this is strange for me, but here I am and I love it. I honestly love it.
mhm.
Only in this moment you get the extrovert Keisha. When this camera goes off, I'm back in my little shell. So
So, yeah, I
so
totally understand that. Yeah, I never thought I would be an author as well. I mean, I've written one book myself. It's called Serenity After the Storm, and then I translated it into Spanish, so it's in Spanish.
yeah.
And I co-authored three other books, a chapter in three other books. So
Wow.
that's 20 Shades of Grief,
Oh wow.
and We Don't Look Like What We've Been Through, Series 2, and Warrior Women, Series 4.
I love it. I love it. I have quite a few. I'm on number 6, working on 7,
Oh,
but that's
good.
a whole nother topic for another day. So I wanted to get into some of the holistic healing approaches that you use because I was very intrigued um, by some of the practices I've never heard of. Um, but you have my spidey senses tingling over here. I want to know about. But before we go there, I want to ask, how do confidence and purpose become casualties of grief? And how can people start to rebuild them after experiencing the grief?
I think the when confidence is is lacking is because we feel that we've been stripped of the not good enough.
Yes.
And just to understand the process of life, we are given these situations that just take us into a loop. And to get back to where we were, or even a little further more advanced than we were, is going to take time, and it's going to take a lot of inner work, reflecting, sitting by yourself, and acknowledging what you're going through is a big process in healing. And I always tell my clients, when you feel something you don't know what it is, sit down with it, and then analyze and figure out, okay, I feel anxious, I feel frustrated, I'm angry, I'm confused. Sit with it and realize what it is that you're going through, because if we don't know, then we can't go to the next process, which is acknowledging it. And
Yes.
in acknowledging it, you can use that in order to see a new purpose in what you have to do in life.
Yes.
And our purposes could change. I mean, we can set out to be a doctor one day, and I know a lot of people that stop being doctors and they're coaches, or I don't know, priests or pastors. So, what we set out to be, sometimes when things happen, our purpose changes.
Yes.
I would be a coach. I know
No,
I would be an author or speaker. So
I know.
they change our purpose around, and
Absolutely.
confidence builds up as you go through things. And it doesn't have to be pretty, it could be messy. you know Messy is how we know what we really want to do, and improve on it next time.
Yes.
We were not born walking.
No,
We
absolutely not.
crawl on the floor, hang on the furniture, and little by little we started walking.
Yes, absolutely. So I love that because um a lot of times the grief is not talked about because in all honesty, a lot of Americans,
Yeah, Western culture. Mm,
and I have to say specifically Americans, we
yes.
don't know how to name our emotions.
Hmm.
So telling them to sit with it is like foreign language. I'm sitting with this feeling. I don't really like this feeling.
Yeah,
It
what is it?
feels awkward because I can't put a name
Hmm.
to it. And so, yeah, it's the collective answer would be, excuse my language, I'm not doing this shit, you know? And I'm not doing it,
Yeah.
and that's because they don't know. So I love the fact that, with grief coach, it does allow us to focus on that emotional healing as well, emotional healing as a whole, not just the niche of grief, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I love that. So you I'm all into breath work, but the NLP is something I've never heard of. So I definitely want to talk about that.
The neuroscience linguistics program.
Oh,
In a short sentence, it's the study of how we are taught to think.
yes.
And we could be taught to think that boys should not, just to give you a crazy one, boys should not wear pink. That's
Mm,
a cultural custom. But then if we help someone change how they see that, that'll be a mind frame. We can change that. um, a better one, we do a lot of timeline work and anchoring as far as, like, you could press your finger if you get upset, and that'll remind you not to be upset anymore.
mhm.
Or we can do timeline work where we can take you back as to why you never liked pink shirts, and find out what's the real
That's
deal with
great.
that.
Yeah. Yes.
Go from the present, to furthest back to maybe 2 years old,
Mhm.
and figure out where it was that the shame or the guilt of the pink shirt set in,
Okay.
and then
Oh wow.
going into reframing that for you.
Yes, I love that. So is so a lot of that has a lot to do with like um
Behavior.
behavior, exactly. And do you guys use some techniques, such as like I know medication, no, meditation is what I was trying to say. Meditation, yoga are great ways
Mhm.
to bring that forth. Do you use any type of hypnosis?
No, I'm not a licensed therapist for that. But
Okay.
there are other people that are certified hypnotherapists, but no, I'm not. What I
Mm,
use is breath work,
mhm,
depending on what you need to breathe through. Usually, in the beginning of my sessions, I do some type of breath work if I see you very anxious.
mhm,
So, we're going to need to breathe and bring your anxiety down a bit. And then we probably meditate for a few minutes.
mhm.
And the visualizations, uh, I will talk you through a scene that will help you also bring you down. I don't give you the whole scene because you are there to create your own scene at
Mhm.
some point. Um, yeah, so that's how I start out, and then we'll get into how I can help you with your grieving process.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah, and if I need to, I might add an extra session. We could probably do a yoga session or face yoga. I do a couple of different types of face yoga exercises. I give a class on Wednesdays here on the island, yoga class, and I try to incorporate a couple of techniques so they can start learning about the facial muscles that need to be moved around a bit.
I need to take that course. I tend to still hold a lot of pressure here and in my jaws.
Hmm.
And so, yeah, that has been a concern of mine because I know that it is still some trauma that I'm holding. And
Yeah, yeah, and usually between the visualization or the meditation, there's a certain spot there that I try to tell you to scan your body and see where you feel um, any particular pain or pressure. And as you breathe, try to and breathe and bring that new oxygen to that particular area yourself. And then as you exhale, you release that.
so
So those are some things.
I've done a sound bowl healing,
Mhm.
and so I know these techniques work. I did a sound bowl healing and it brought back a memory that I suppressed.
Mm.
And it was an amazing, incredible experience. And I could not believe that I had suppressed that memory for so long.
Be surprised how much stuff our brain protects us,
It does. It
so
truly does.
it protects us in a lot of ways that at some point it might reveal it, it might not. So
Yes.
as long as you're
So,
open to it.
yeah, you have to be open to it.
Mhm.
And so, also, I wanted to say that with the NLP, the meditation and the yoga, um, uh, it's one with the tapping.
EFT.
EFT, that's what I'm thinking about. All of these holistic
Yeah, they're all
approaches.
good. Yeah, they're touching points that you need to release. I do a
Mhm,
lot of EFT. Face yoga does incorporate a lot of EFT tapping, certain
yes.
areas to release. Yeah.
So I do have a lot of holistic friends that watch the show. So I'm super excited for them to see this part of the show. Hopefully they'll want to reach out and learn more because I'm definitely interested in the face yoga for myself. Um,
Mm, okay.
And so when I saw that, it kind of went a little deep for me. I had a list of going into Akashic Records and all kind of things. I was like, Ada doesn't want to have this conversation with me today. We have to stay focused. But that is something that intrigues
But
me.
these are things, you know, you're bringing them up, but these are things that our clients and our customers or family and friends
And
might not know about, or they've heard of it, but talking about it, they'll probably get a better understanding of what they can do for themselves. There's a lot of holistic things that
a
can
lot.
be done.
A lot. I just recently attended a chakra healing um,
Mm, okay.
session, and just being there and the movement, people
Mhm.
don't realize how important dance is.
Yes.
We've been taught, especially as women, there's a certain way that we can dance that's respectable, but you have to it's skate a line with that. But if you knew the importance of moving your body
Oh my
and
God,
moving it.
that reminded me of something I was listening to today. Was it today? This guy was interviewing this gentleman, and he was sitting. This gentleman was sitting at the beach, and he saw how these people were all moving their bodies and all this. And he was 66, and he says, "Wow, you know, these people are moving." But then when he went to a certain other area, I believe it was in Japan, and he sat at a bench. I'm just repeating what the guy was saying. And he saw these 70 and 80-year olds moving their bodies. Like he felt like he needed permission to move his body. And you don't need permission. You know,
Yeah.
society has brought us to that, like you 66, I'm 68. I go 4 times to the gym a week, and I do my yoga classes, and I do my own yoga.
Wow. And
So
here I am. I'm
what?
just visualizing the gym, like, I wanna go.
It's
Now I
hard
was
to take the first action. I've been going for a couple of years, I think since 2019, because I was going to India and I needed to develop some, uh, what is the word? Oh, Lord. Um, I needed to develop some stamina in my walking because we
Mhm.
would walk a lot.
Yeah,
So ever since then, I didn't stop.
wow. I'm
So,
gonna try it. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. My daughter has started to go, and she's loving it, and I'm seeing the changes in her, so shout out to Zaria,
yeah.
um,
And it
inspiring your
does.
mom.
Hi. Yeah, keep going.
Yes, I love that. Those are, people think that we just have it's so much collective miseducation,
Yes.
specifically here in the United States.
Hmm.
And there's so many very small steps and very small, simple things that we can do to enhance our lives overall,
Yeah.
physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, you know. And
Yeah.
so
Like
that is a part
you
of my.
said dancing, which is great.
Yes,
Dancing, listening to music,
yes,
painting, doing so many other arts and crafts, and
yes.
playing an instrument.
Yeah.
That's my next one on my list.
Ah. Even writing is a release, that's
Writing, I love writing. Yeah.
writing is actually um a big part of my grief processing
Hmm.
journey. Um because I didn't have anyone to talk to. No one understood what I was going through, or they would come with the cliche statements, or tell me that I remember my mom, I had come home from the hospital for dealing with one of my experiences through grief. And
Hmm.
um, she said, "You still crying?" And it hurt so bad because I'm like, this is my mom. Like, why would you say that to me? But she didn't feel that it was, you know, uh,
Yeah. But
she didn't feel that she said anything wrong, but it hit me like a ton of bricks because I felt like my crying had just begun. I wasn't just grieving the person, but it was the whole entire dynamic, the relationship, the unanswered questions, the what was coming up. It was just a whole bunch of different things that I was grieving at once. And so mm, with my grief journey, I vowed that I didn't want other people to go through grief.
Same here.
Um, yeah, the way that I experienced grief alone,
Mm.
um, not having anyone to talk to who was healthy or beneficial for me. Sometimes the best thing you can do is just have a seat.
And
Just have a seat and be there.
quiet. Don't say nothing.
Absolutely. But I didn't have that, and I experienced my grief by myself on many different occasions, and so
Yeah.
um, I had to fight tooth and nail by making that conscious decision that I wanted to live and not allow my grief to take me out of here.
Yeah.
And so that started my journey of deep diving and researching and writing, and ultimately it led me here. And I know that I'm not done because my grief journey still continues daily. I just
Oh yeah, every day
Yeah,
we go through it. There's
yeah,
no way.
my
There's no.
brother's birthday the other day. Yeah, I it was hard, it was hard. um this year brought back some more feelings that I'm like, okay, I need to address this, I need to address that, you
Mm.
know and I will over time when I'm ready, but right now I'm feeling it, and it's okay. So
Yeah. And can I ask how is your mother's view now about grief? Is it different? I mean, we have to look at what they knew.
yeah,
How they didn't. They reacted based on what they had as far
right.
as knowledge and experience.
At that point, at that point, it was still the unknown for her. She was just like, it was the cycle of how we process grief all our lives, the tradition of the
Yes.
processing of the
Yeah.
grief. Yes. But now with her experiencing the loss of my brother, I think her dynamics of grief have shifted, but
Mm.
she hasn't stepped into she's still trying to navigate processing her own grief. I'll say that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I can definitely see the shift in how she feels it's okay to approach, or so yeah, because of her own grief journey with losing my brother, she felt similar, like, so. But that's my girl. But I will, luckily she's my mama, because I can call her out and be like, we not doing we're not doing that, no. And sometimes it just takes for you to say that to a person, for them to shift their perspective and understand where we're coming from, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So can you guide listeners through a simple grounding practice that they can use during a difficult grief moment?
There's so many. I'm trying to figure out something quick. Um, Grounding. If they're going through something, I think the anxiety probably.
Mhm.
Quick breath would be. I usually breathe through my nose because as a child we start breathing through our nose because our nose is to breathe, our mouth is to eat. So we've grown now to breathe through our mouth, but no. So get yourself in a chair or somewhere comfortable, put your feet on the ground, relax your shoulders, put your hands on your lap or your knees, and excuse me, just take a deep breath through your nose just to cleanse your the area and the nasal passage, and just let it go through your nose. Exhale. And as we breathe in, our abdominal area inflates, and as we exhale, it deflates. So we're gonna do what we call a 4, 7, 8 cycle of breathing, because the longer we exhale, we can relax more. So we're gonna do a 4 count. So we're gonna inhale through our nose for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your breath for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're gonna exhale through the nose for a count of 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And if we can do that a couple of more times, I don't want to take up too much time, but if you're going through an anxiety, do this at least 4 times, and it should bring you down a bit. There's one real quick one, which is inhaling through your nose and do like a hiccup and release. So you can do either one, whichever
Yes.
one.
And learning about the breath work, because for me, meditation was a challenge.
Start
Sitting,
off start off with just a few
yeah,
minutes. You don't have to
yeah,
do more than that. 5 minutes
mhm,
this week, and if you can increase it to 10 next week, and if you can increase it to 15. I usually meditate in the mornings half an hour and then half an hour at night. The
mhm,
best times, based on energy levels on the earth itself, is from 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. And then in the evenings, again, when the energy levels are starting to come down, from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. So those are the best times to meditate. But if you can't meditate during that period, or by all means, do whatever you can during the day, even if it's 5 minutes. Just
mhm,
close your eyes and just relax. Concentrate on your breathing and try not to think about anything else.
mhm.
Because you know how many thoughts come through our mind when we close our eyes? Oh my God.
And
Okay.
breath
Shoo.
work, but breath work really helped me to be able to get meditation. I started with the breath work because meditation, I was like, I got to figure something else out. That ain't working. But
Mhm.
once I started to incorporate the breath work, now I'm able to sit for
Yeah,
longer amounts
you have
of
to
time.
bring your energy level down in
Hmm.
order to get into the meditation.
Hmm.
And these are just simple meditations, because
Yeah.
don't ask my teacher to for us, we have to meditate a lot longer than this.
Hmm.
But in order for us to teach something simple, this is the simplest that I can think of at the moment.
Yeah.
And just sit with yourself, be quiet, just try to unplug yourself from everything. No phones, no nothing, for just 5 minutes.
Yeah. Just be present. Five
Yeah,
minutes.
be present with yourself.
Yes. I love that. Be present with yourself. 5 minutes. So I know that you are also an ordained minister. How do you navigate the intersections of faith and grief, especially with grief being such a diverse um, topic?
Yeah, as far as being an ordained minister, I am able to perform marriages, funerals, and baptisms. I am just ordained to do that. I grew up as a Catholic. I grew up learning about spiritualism. I grew up learning about yoga and the yoga practices and the yoga philosophies. So I learned a lot from different realms of different things in life, and I think that's all those things are who I am. Part I took here, I took here, and I took there, and that's what made me feel who I am.
Yeah. I know for me, I grew up in a very religious home as well, Southern Baptist.
Hmm.
And for me, spiritualism is my current path.
Mhm.
Um, but with grief being so universal, sometimes I have to make sure that I'm mindful of other people's um, practices and faith, beliefs, and
Yeah.
cultures because
Yes.
that's important. And we don't talk about how important that is. The mind is a very sensitive thing, and words
Yeah.
can.
I try to be as neutral as possible. As I
Mhm.
say, um, you practice as you believe in, whatever your religion is, or believe in whatever the mother nature, universe, whatever you believe in, what realm you believe in, and I respect all of you. And I'm just bringing you information, and you take it the way you understand it.
Yes. I love it. So I look. When can I have you back for a part two?
Oh,
I
Lakecia.
love it. So I want to make sure. So I do want to ask this question, and this was regarding women, because I know that your book focuses on grieving women.
Mhm.
Why do so many women struggle with guilt while grieving? While grieving,
I think that has a lot of layers to it. Because as women, and I'm talking about an observation for so many years, we we are taught to give, give our time, give our energy, give whatever, give our own food to our kids, give. And when it comes to receiving, we like, oh no, not me, no, I like, no, you take it. We have to stop doing that. We have every right to start receiving. We have
I
worked so
agree.
hard for everything that we have accomplished in this life. And yet society makes us feel guilty
Yes,
and shameful.
yes.
And we have to stop that because we deserve everything that we work for. And if somebody gives you a gift, receive it with love because they are giving it to you with love.
Yes.
And
I
stop.
love that because we definitely do. We will. Um, for me, I used to cringe with compliments or
Yes,
cringe
that
when someone
too.
is asking me, can they gift me or pay for something for me or just in general. And I had to realize, like, girl, what are you doing? Like, no. So now I accept gifts.
Yes, so
Just-
do I. I accept them with a lot of love and understanding that they are giving it to me with love because they
with
love me.
love. Yes, absolutely.
And as far as work goes and all that stuff, yeah, I deserve it because I worked I don't know how many hours in order to and did so many projects to get this. Yes, that's the recognition. I deserve it. Yes.
Yes, I love it. So, of course, I want you to tell us about the Global Grief Network and the inspiration behind the creation. I did have the honor and the privilege to be a part of the Global Grief
Yeah.
Network conference this year, and it was amazing. And I can't wait to be a part, you know, for the years to come. And also, I was able to connect with some amazing people um, throughout this experience. So I'm
Yes.
grateful and honored.
Yes.
But let's talk about global grief.
Yeah. The Global Grief Network was created in about 4 years ago, 5 years ago. I forget. Time has flown so fast. But Tony Lynch created it. We hopped on a call, a couple of us. It was a lot of people interested in creating this network for coaches and grief educators and grief support systems and nursing and all that area of expertise with grieving and loss. And he wanted to create a virtual online weekend with different types of support systems where we all talked about our relationship or our experiences with grief and what support we can provide to the general public. Because we wanted to change, and we still continue to change the way people see grief. And we want to educate people that it's okay to cry. It's okay to, that you will be going through a roller coaster of emotions, and just to recognize what you exactly are going through is so vital for us, for the public to understand. And we've been doing this for the last 4 or 5 years. And with beautiful people, every time new people come in, and it's just a joy just to see how this field has continued growing and growing and growing. And everything is free. And now Tony has created practitioner directory and application for all the members to use, and that's going to be live soon.
Mhm.
So those of you that are in the network, submit your applications as a practitioner so we can bring that directory to bigger and better numbers, so people can have access to people that can help them connect. I mean, we got people from the UK, Canada, Pakistan, uh, what other, South America,
All over South
Puerto Rico,
Africa.
South Africa, excuse me.
Yes.
And it's global, so that's why it's called Global Grief Network.
Well, I am still working on my practitioner application. That application made me realize you are not as organized as you thought. So
What happened to me too?
so I'm having to go in and refine some things dealing with my website and social media so that it can be easily accessible for the world, because I didn't realize how all over the place I was until I tried to complete the application. So, Tony, if you're watching this, bear with me. I'm working.
That's okay. I had to redo mine.
Oh wow. I was like, yeah,
I
but
had to
I'm
edit it.
grateful for this experience, because once I refine it, it'll be refined. I don't have to go back and redo it again. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
thank you, Tony.
But beautiful people in the group, and if you're interested, we're in Facebook, LinkedIn,
Mm.
Instagram. I have to think about Instagram. Um,
And it's been such an amazing experience because this is universal, and we have connection with so many people universally. And um,
mhm.
I don't believe there's a niche unturned in
Yeah,
this
I think
community.
it's practically covered all. Yeah,
Yes.
all
So I
different aspects of it. Yeah,
mhm, absolutely.
we even
So
have,
what
yeah, deaf doulas. We even have as well. They're
yes,
educators as
and
well.
I'm actually getting ready to I have a course that I'm completing now, but once that course is over, I'll make my move to deaf doula. And so I'm excited about it. I am excited about
That's something
learning.
I want to, yeah, get into myself, because it's a
Yeah.
different aspect of grief.
Yeah.
And
And experiencing it personally within my life, uh, experiencing it as a child and not really realizing that was what I was
yeah,
experiencing.
me too, as a child.
Yes. And then to experience it with my grandfather, he transitioned. It was just me, him, and my daughter in the house for 10 days. And that was an experience like no other, but it also shifted my perspective with
Hmm.
grief in the afterlife. It was a beautiful experience.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah,
It
it is.
was a beautiful experience. Um, but our experiences is what shapes us.
Yes.
And I never would have realized that death, grief, um, deaf doula, like any of this was in my path. My inner child wanted to be a dancing lawyer.
You want to be what? A dancing lawyer? Is
A
that what
dancing lawyer.
okay.
Yes. I wanted to have a dance studio and dance, but I also wanted to be a lawyer by day. So that was I, grief was nowhere near um, the drawing board, but here
Mhm.
we are. So, so in closing, I just want to talk about what inspired you to write Serenity After the Storm. Because I know that that is your personalized book, and
Right.
I
Um,
haven't read it.
the what?
I have yet to read it,
Oh, okay.
but I'm intrigued.
In 2024, I went to Italy with a group of coaches, and we had a master class, and I had a list of things that I wanted to do, and I had actually wrote I want to write a book, and I'm like, I want to write a book. I really? Okay, all right. So that's where it started, and then I got into a writing class. And then I got into a group of people that wanted to write books as well. And then from there, I got a coach, and we processed the book. And it little by little, it transformed. It started out to be something else, and at the end, forget don't put the title until you actually know what you're writing about. And yeah, I just wrote about my own personal memoir with grief, things that I went through, the people that I lost, moving from New York to Puerto Rico, never living here before. My mom was still here, health issues, so many losses, so many things. I said, well, let me write it down and share it, because I was the last few years. What I keep seeing, hearing in my head is share it, share it. I'm like, okay, I'm doing it, I'm doing it, I'm sharing. So that's how it came about, by the idea that I had to share everything that I had and not keep it within myself. And in the book itself, I also give holistic things to do to help you with the recovery, or somewhat recovery of processing the grief, what grief is. I put in some yoga poses to do, breath work, grounding, even some face yoga um, practices as well. And the book Serenity After the Storm, I have it here somewhere. Oh, it's in Spanish. Oh, yeah. I wrote it in Spanish because I'm in Puerto Rico and all my people here speak Spanish.
Hmm.
So, Serenity, the cover, is a lady looking out. That came to me because I had a dream with me holding my granddaughter, and there was a storm, and her name is Serenity.
Oh, yes.
Serenity after the storm, meaning the peace after that
After
storm
this
that
one.
covered us all. And even the Serenity poem is in the book. So Serenity is our pillar for leading the book and life, because her father had passed away, and she was a lot of his peace.
Mm.
Yeah.
I love that. The Serenity Prayer it gets me through some dark, dark days. It does.
Hmm.
Um, but I just want to thank you so much for coming on and sharing. And
Thank you. Thank you.
I know I'm gonna be able to have you back for a part two.
We can chat again, of course.
Yes,
Be my
absolutely.
honor.
I would love that. And also, definitely coming to visit Puerto Rico soon, so I'm gonna
Come
look
on
you up.
down.
Yes. And I want you to tell the world how can they connect with you.
Sure. I'm on basically all social medias by my name, Ada Malave. I'm on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, even TikTok, and YouTube. So you can reach out to me through social media, and I'll reach out back to you and see how I can help you. We could just have a chat and just see where you're at, and see if I can help you or if I know someone else that could help you. Because
And
it's
she
not
knows a
always
lot of people.
um,
And I love that. You see how she simplified that? You just her name across all social medias. I'm trying to get that way. Uh, so yes, but you can definitely connect with Ada. She would be loved. She would love to assist you to the best of her ability. That's
yes,
her heart. That
yes.
is her heart. So
Thank you.
well, it's been such a pleasure. I'm not going to hold any more of your time today, but thank you for
Yes,
coming to sit with us on Let's Talk Grief. And
thank
I
you.
hope you have a wonderful, wonderful night.
Thank you. You too. It's been such a pleasure just sitting here and talking with you and just sharing. Thank you again.
Yeah. Got to do it again real soon.
Yes.